friends, it is Crystal Joy of CJoy Yoga, and today we're just going to do a short little kind of tutorial, I guess, for downward dog over the chair. Why on earth would I do downward dog over a chair, Crystal Joy Johnson? There's a couple of reasons, and I'm going to get into them, but just so you know, you need a chair that does not have wheels. A folding chair is ideal, but if you don't have a folding chair, you can also probably get away with like a kitchen chair, something that doesn't go any higher than the hinge at the hips, right? And if it's lower, I'll show you how to work with that. The folding chairs are lower. I have a blanket over the back of that chair so that the metal doesn't grind into my hips. So in the Iyengar world, right, usually there's a rope wall in the studios with these series of ropes on them so that you can put these ropes around your body, right? So when you don't have a teacher to pull your hips back in downward dog, these ropes do that for you, and they help you find a whole lot of things, length in the legs, potentially length in the torso, and so this is a way that you can do that when you don't have an Iyengar rope wall around. I am not an Iyengar teacher. My teachers were, and oh boy do I miss my rope wall. I don't know if I can talk my landlord Michael into letting me do that here at the house. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go wide enough with my legs on this chair for my body, right, in order to come right where that hinge in the hips happens. Right? And I would suggest doing this on your mat the other way, so your feet are on the sticky mat. That said, I would like to be facing this way because there's way more information for you looking at my body than if I were to face you head on, right? And I suppose I could turn the mat, but you know, why bother? Go ahead and watch me slide out of here and be like, that's why. So the feet are parallel, pointing straight forward. My ball mounds of my toes are approximately at the back leg of that chair. It's going to depend on what chair you're working with, right? And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start to fold over that chair. I have my hands on the back of the chair so that I have a nice support system, and so my chair doesn't go tipping over or any such thing. And then I'm going to bring my hands down onto the front of the chair. So I'm approaching it from the back end of the chair as I fold over, right? And then before I go any deeper in, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to push into that chair just like I would for Ardha Uttanasana, right? I'm going to pull my chest forward, sliding my shoulder blades down my back, and I'm going to get as much length in my torso as I possibly can. Take a moment and really root down through all three corners of the feet, right? Ball on the big toe, the little toe, and the very center of the heel. Straight legs if you can find them. And then from there, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to continue to lay out over that. But you'll notice that I didn't round my spine, or hopefully I didn't. Geez, I'm not looking at it. Maybe I did. Now, if you can't reach the ground, you can grab two blocks. I probably should have said that at the beginning. But if not, you're going to reach down with those fingers. Depends on torso length, incredibly, right? But also on the spine. So as I root down through all three corners of my feet, I'm going to creep my fingers forward like spiders as far away from my body as I can. And again, hopefully my spine is still nice and long. My hands are going to reach forward and down, even as my buttocks bones reach up and back. My rib flares, we still have to pull our rib cage up lightly towards the spine so we keep all that length. And I'm either going to go ahead and see if I can bring my forehead onto that back of the chair, right? And I might have to bring my chin, but just don't crank the back of your neck. And I'm going to show you the form, so I'm going to bring my forehead down, right? And I'm going to keep reaching forward and away from the chair with my hands, even as my feet root down into the ground. And then we're going to add one piece on, right? So from there, you're going to go ahead and you're going to walk back just a little bit and bring those forearms onto your chair. We're going to do a side body lengthening exercise here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put my left hand down onto my base of my chair. And I'm going to reach that right elbow over. And if I can hook it on the edge of the chair, I'm going to do that. If not, you can still work on the base of the chair with the elbow. And I'll speak to that in a moment. But I'm going to talk to the hooking for a second, right? And so from there, you're going to go ahead and you're going to try to reach that down. You can round the spine a little bit just to find the hook of the elbow, right? And then from there, I'm going to push my elbow or traction it back if it's still on the chair. And I'm going to try to lengthen my chest forward and at the angle over to the left that it's facing, rooting my heels, especially my right heel down. And I'm going to try to lengthen that right side waist as much as I possibly can. right? So instead of it being a twist, you're not trying to turn the body towards the left. You're pulling against the chair, trying to lengthen that right side body as much as possible. Be careful about the neck. Keep it as soft as you can. Heels rooting down. I do believe I said that already, but I'll say it 500 more times. And go ahead and bring those elbows back. Pause. Shoulder blades down the back, chest forward. Right hand onto the bottom rung of the leg or wherever that works for you, right? I'm going to put a little pressure into that so I can work my left elbow. It might be on the edge of the chair and just traction back. It might hook over the edge of the chair. Either way, I'm going to inhale and try to reach my chest forward and a little bit on the right to that diagonal, that angle, right? And then I'm going to pull back with the left arm in traction. The arm doesn't move, but I'm pulling it the other direction, towards my left hip, I could say. Or I'm going to pull against the left chair with my left elbow, and I'm going to lengthen that left side waist as much as possible. My right hand is mainly just supporting me. It's not trying to turn me necessarily. And I'm going to take one more inhale and lengthen and lengthen and lengthen. And exhale there. And then bring those forearms back onto your chair. And now, just for giggles, go ahead and reach those hands back down onto your blocks or the ground, right? Push those heels down and see if you can reach those arms forward and forward and forward. And after having done the exercise that we just did, just see if you get any longer. So I can no longer get my forehead onto the chair. It's now my nose, right? So I'm going to go ahead and let my chin come down, but I'm going to keep my back on my neck long and soft. So I got room just from doing that one exercise, quite a bit of spaciousness actually in my spine and my side waist. One more breath, inhale. Heels down, fingers reaching forward and away. Block yourself back. Elbows on the chair. Inhale, reach the chest forward. Hands on what would be the front edge of the chair. And then use that low abdomen. Don't forget it's your support system as you come all the way back up. Whew, a little bit of work. Step those feet in if they were wide. And you need a little bit of equipment. Everybody's got a blanket. Come on, let's be honest. And the chair, folding chair, but you can probably find something around your house, and it is so worth it. I love, love, love this exercise. And again, since I no longer have a rope wall, I use all kinds of crazy business to do what the ropes once did for me. Hopefully you feel taller, you're breathing a little deeper, and if nothing else, you're laughing at me and the cats who have now left me. May you have a wonderful, wonderful day, and may you be well, friend.